Hello, everyone, and good evening. Thank you so much for having me here tonight. The only reason I am here is because of all of you. My name's Thomason, as you know, and Ruben was my first CASA youth, and I just accepted my second Lucas this week. So as you all heard, everyone almost got to meet Ruben tonight. Almost. He was very excited about it, but due to a difficulty with his living situation, he decided to join the military 6 weeks early, and they wouldn't let him come down tonight, so he didn't make it. But when I first met Ruben, he was in Eastvale, which is about an hour from here without traffic, easily 2 with traffic. Everyone learned really fast what the 91 traffic looks like during the middle of the week that was involved in Ruben's case. October 2021 was when we first met, and I was extremely nervous. If it weren't for the training program, the support staff around me, especially Adriana, my supervisor, I certainly wouldn't have felt comfortable stepping into Ruben's life like I did. But after our first hangout, I quickly realized that Ruben just greatly wanted someone to listen to, or to listen to him. Someone that would listen, because most children in foster care system are not heard, and Ruben included in that. He was unheard as a young child when he was put in the system at 6. He was unheard again at 16 when his family put him back in the system. He spent most of his time being unheard by his peers, his teachers, and his foster families. But because of CASA, I was able to hear him, and I heard him over dozens of meals and different events. I heard him while we drove all around Southern California, from LA to San Clemente out to Chino Hills. Ruben enjoyed exploring, and while in my truck, he always had my undivided attention. Sometimes he wanted to show me his new favorite Italian music artist, or he would tell me about the meaning of a new Pink Floyd song he discovered. Sometimes he just wanted to pick my brain on his girl problems. I heard Ruben would go to the park and go boxing. I was able to hear his frustrations that he had at school or at Orangewood. Most of all, I was able to hear what he needed and to make sure his needs were met to the best of my ability. In our time together, I was able to hear Ruben while he rotated through 5 different social workers. I heard him as he changed schools and when he rotated through 4 different living placements. In my 1.5 years as his CASA, he stayed in 2 different foster homes at Orangewood, and he lived on his own in independent living. When he had issues at his first foster home, he made a statement that I heard loud and clear. At one of the family team meetings, he said that he did not want to become a typical foster kid statistic. That night, we grabbed dinner and discussed how to avoid becoming that statistic. I did my best to advocate for him to stay in that placement, as that's where he wanted to be. We were able to keep him there long enough until he found a new home. When that placement didn't work out as well, we were heartbroken. But this time, there was a light at the end of the tunnel. He would have to stay at Orangewood for a span of time, but he qualified for independent living. Once this was heard, it was all hands on deck to give him this opportunity where we felt he could thrive. We were successful in advocating for this, and Ruben lived on his own in an environment that he was flourishing, and he was accepted into Samueli Academy. Unfortunately, Samueli wasn't easy for him to get to. He had to ride a mile on his bike to the bus stop, and he had to take 2 buses to get to school in the morning. He also would work out before this. He would get up in the morning and work out before going to school as a high schooler. Several nights a week, he also had to either volunteer or work a job to ensure he could maintain his independent living. He also was doing homework, and he would squeeze in time to hang out with me. I don't know about you guys, but at 17, I certainly did not have the discipline to do all that on my own. He is an incredible human being. Truly wish he could have been here today, but I hope sometime you will all meet him. I do want to say one thing that was great about his independent living is that he moved from Eastvale to Tustin. So didn't have to sit on the 91 anymore in traffic, and we really got to hang out and explore the world through our meals at this point. And it was over these dinners I was able to mentor him to the best of my ability and lend the listening ear that he always craved. We discussed business management and how to motivate his business class students over Italian food. We chatted about comics, literature, and the book that he was writing over several sessions of sushi. Over a bowl of pho, we discussed boxing and workout goals. We set up his bank account and his investment account over boba tea and taiyaki ice cream at Sami Sami. While eating potato wedges on a pier at San Clemente, we discussed family and the rejection that he'd received from his. We discussed how sometimes the family that we are born into is not the only one that we have to have. As life goes on, we get to choose the families that we create. He heard these talks, and he took them to heart, and I know due to our outings, he's going to succeed beyond measure in life. I'm immensely proud of what Ruben has done, and I'm honored that I was able to be one of his guides. He knows that he has me as a brother and can lean on me for any of his needs. I'm excited for his next chapter in the Marines, and I'm excited for my next chapter with Lucas, my next youth. I'm eternally grateful for CASA's support staff, the training, the check-ins, the constant encouragement. Grateful for the support from Melissa, my girlfriend, constantly pushing me to go further. But most importantly, I'm extremely grateful for everyone here and your generous support. Without you, Ruben wouldn't have been advocated for, he wouldn't have been heard, and he wouldn't have been able to choose me for his family. Thank you very much.